think she did the exact same maneuver just now, where she tried to turn around on the little. Oh, yeah. Now she's attacking her hammock.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that looks okay. Well, if there's any sudden yelps of pain, you know what's happening, dear listener. Hi and welcome.
Yes. Welcome to the Joy of Trek. I'm Kaki.
I'm Kay.
And this week we're doing another story reading.
How did you call it again last week?
I've already forgotten.
Aum or something?
Anselm.
Anselm
was the... I don't know that that's going to stick.
What does that word mean?
I don't know. It might be a name
of
a person.
Sure, that makes sense.
I don't even know that I'm getting it right. But anyway, we're doing alternating story readings from the vast wealth of fanfic created by fellow Star Trek fans over the many years.
From the archive of our own, which has been selected by our good chief, as usual.
Yes, thank you so much.
He has picked a story for us to which no archive warnings apply. It is teen and up audiences, and it is on Star Trek Voyager this time.
Yes.
We had the Enterprise last week, and we are now doing a Voyager. For some reason, I kind of had it in my head that they would all be original series, but that's not meeting with our theme at all.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I got that in my head, but... Yeah.
I mean, we've done a few of the original series, and it does feel like when you think of Star Trek fanfic, like...
I know, right?
Star Trek is kind of where fanfic sort of started, certainly /fic.
Oh, yes. So the story is Our Man Paris of Troy.
Yes, and that's Troy with Troy.
Yes.
By SocialPermaDeath.
That's an interesting screen name.
I know.
So, yes, let's see. Additional tags. Holodeck, holosuites, the Iliad reference, kissing, woomph, fluff, and crack. Historical references. Woomph? That's what it says.
What do you think that means?
Wump? I don't know.
Oh.
Things that go wump in the dark. I don't know.
Chief, what does wump mean?
Okay, so I did have to look this one up. So wump is basically just as far as like, it's hurt. It's basically just when a character goes through it, they just go through pain and suffering. I'm not really sure how it kind of came about. No one seems to give me a good answer for how it came about, but really is just a matter of just like pain and comfort. So basically every single story involving Chief O'Brien is just a wump story. That poor man. Why is it always the Irish that suffer? Kaki, why is it always the Irish that suffer?
Ugh. Now what does fluff and crack mean?
Okay, now these ones I actually just knew off the top of my head because I once bullied a friend of mine into making a crack crossover fiction of like Lord of the Rings, and I think My Little Pony just to annoy her because it just made her so angry to think about. Fluff is basically just like really fluffy. It's not anything major character related. It's just like, hey, let's just kind of like make something fun, feel good, whatever. And then crack is just like, let's just go balls to the wall, stupid and kind of insane and just kind of have fun with it. So that's what fluff and that's what crack is. And I think this fits on both categories personally.
Okay.
This is a wild world we're discovering.
Historical references, holodeck malfunctions, holodeck character, and blood and injury. Don't think that last one might be a little bit of a warning, but...
And the summary is, a holodeck malfunction leaves Tom Paris in an Our Man Bashir of his own, playing the part of Tom Paris of Troy in the third book of the Iliad, and visions of his crewmates are as various parts of the Greek epic. Do you know anything about the Iliad?
Well, I know that if you break it down in the original Greek, you could translate it as Troy Story.
I have seen the film Troy with the glistening glutes of Brad Pitt, the glutes of Orlando Bloom, the glutes of Eric Bana.
With
Brian Cox is also in it. I don't think he gets his buns out.
Somehow the Mediterranean Sea turned around.
Yeah. You know, in Titanic, they solved that by... So the Titanic launched from like the right side of a pier, but that wasn't available for filming, so they had to film it essentially in reverse. And they solved that by hiring left-handed actors as background extras and printing all the signage in reverse.
Sure.
And literally just flipping it.
Yeah. Okay, why not?
Yeah.
Let's see. Notes from the author. The bits of the Iliad that I haven't butchered were pulled from the translation by Lattimore, and some of the flight dialogue is pulled whole cloth without editing.
Whoa.
So I guess it's only fair to credit Homer. Anyway, it's good to have fun with classic literature, and you should try it. Now, please join me in beating the shit out of Tom Paris, because I think it's funny.
Yay!
Music inspiration, because I Never Write in Silence is choked out by the Mountain Goats. Never heard of that.
Oh,
also,
interesting.
But wasn't Tom Paris's thing the little 30s science fiction flick, the Rocketeer ripoff? What's in?
Oh, yes, Captain Proton.
That's the one.
Yay! Yay! All right, take us in.
The battlefield clamours, dust kicked into the air by the soldiers stomping their feet as Tom let himself be strapped with bronze armour. Commander Chakotay had recommended the programme, a battle based on some classic poem from antiquity, where he was to play the rather conveniently named Paris of Troy. Ooh. He had read the first few verses of the poem. He knew where there would be some spear throwing and then some hand-to-hand combat. All good fun.
I think he's Orlando Bloom in the film that I saw.
Oh, okay.
He steels himself in his place, holding the heavy shield in arms not quite strong enough. The power on the holodeck flickers momentarily, a usual occurrence on Voyager, but for a moment, from this distance, the holographic projection of Odysseus almost looks like Harry. Before he can take a second look, he disappears into a crowd of soldiers.
A man behind him calls out that it's his turn to throw his spear. He can barely see Menelaus behind his own shield, but he reels back and throws his spear with all his might. The spear stops dead on the other soldier's shield, tip bending against the metal centre and falling to the ground. Chakotay's assessment that he needed the exercise is proving to be true.
The other soldiers, the Achaeans, shout and cry as their hero, from behind the protection of his own shield, readies his fair shot. The spear flies through the air, and Tom feels his own heart race as it approaches him. The tip pierces through the wooden body of his shield, and even glances his armour, tearing through his tunic and catching him in the side.
Paris grits his teeth as red blood stains the off-white wool. Computer, where were the holodeck safeties turned off?
Computer controls temporarily unavailable, the computer chirps back.
Menelaus nearly gave me an appendectomy. Computer, pause!
Holodeck controls temporarily unavailable, the computer answers plainly.
The man on the other end of the field drops his shield.
B'Elanna? Tom cradles his flesh wound carefully when the engineer's face is revealed. B'Elanna, the holodeck is malfunctioning.
B'Elanna draws a sword from her hip and racks it against the horn of her helmet.
Ooh.
The sword rather suddenly shatters into pieces and falls at her feet.
Whoa! Father Zeus, no god beside is more baleful than you are. Here I thought to punish Paris for his wickedness, and now my sword is broken in my hands, and the spear flew vainly out of my hands on the throw before, and I have not hit him. B'Elanna's voice echoes to the sky, a blood-curdling Klingon cry of torment.
B'Elanna, I'm hurt! Stop messing around! Tom calls to her as she sprints towards him. I think if you apply pressure, it'll stop bleeding. As he reaches out to her to guide her hands to his wounded stomach, her hands wrench him to the ground by his helmet.
B'Elanna, what the hell? In a moment he's cut off, the strap of his own helmet wrapped tightly around his throat, B'Elanna's superior strength throwing him around the battlefield.
He claws at her hands, trying to scratch her so she'll release him, lungs burning as he can feel the leather strap bruising.
This is kind of hot. Yeah. Please, Tom manages to whisper, fighting against the darkness clouding the edges of his vision. Oh, choke me harder, Mummy. Oh.
You dare to beg for mercy. You, lord of the Trojans, who has stolen my beloved from me. B'Elanna pulls the strap tighter, crushing Tom's throat. The sound of the leather snapping hits Tom like a clap of thunder, and B'Elanna whips the helmet into the awaiting crowd like a discus. It catches the evening light like a gleaming star, a glistening beauty as it falls into the hands of Achaean? Achaean soldiers.
Whatever it is, I'm sorry. Tom lays in the dirt. Yes, said by many boyfriends, and it has never worked before. Whatever I did, whatever I said, I didn't mean it.
It's the unclassified part of it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it was. Apparently I did something wrong.
Whatever I said, I didn't mean it. Yeah, how do you know?
Yeah.
Tom lays in the dirt, gasping for breath, hands shaking like an earthquake.
Your death shall end this needless war, and my beloved will return to me. B'Elanna draws a short dagger, arms raised high into the air to deliver the death blow.
Do you think she's Eric Bana?
Who?
Oh, I don't know his name from the... Hector!
Oh.
Yes.
I've not.
No?
You clearly have seen this movie much more recently than I have.
Okay. Tom is blinded by the light, bouncing off of the bronze blade, and brings his hands over his face, praying that this is all a terrible nightmare.
The sound of the jeering soldiers is gone.
Oh.
No, gone. No more dust on his tongue, and the air feels cool.
Tom stays still, curled into a ball, waiting for the searing pain of a dagger to the chest. When he finally finds the courage to open his eyes, it's all gone. No more battle, no more soldiers, no more B'Elanna. The room before him is lit with torches, and he's laid on a bed of soft linens.
The afterlife is certainly more Greco-Roman inspired than I was expecting, Tom mumbles to himself, and makes a move to get up, but a sharp pain in his side leaves him flat on his back.
He can hear two people arguing from behind the door. He hears a voice not unlike Captain Janeway's, spitting threats.
Computer, activate emergency medical hologram. Tom groans, grabbing a nearby rag to press against his wound. The bleeding has finally slowed to a sluggish drip.
Holodeck controls temporarily unavailable.
Worth a shot. Tom lays out flat on the soft bed, still catching his breath, careful not to cough against the lingering dust and reopen the wound.
Paris! He recognizes the voice as Chakotay.
Oh, finally, Chakotay. I think the holodeck is trying to kill me. B'Elanna nearly strangled me to death. He pulls himself up just enough to look at Chakotay, dressed in a traditional toga.
By Aphrodite's grace alone, you've won. I presume I am now to be Helios of Troy, a son of Mycenae no longer. The belt of Chakotay's chiton fell to the floor, followed by his tunic, before Tom could protest. And a blanket apology for mispronunciation, both to those who know Koine Greek or modern Greek, and also those who know their classics in English. We don't know either, sorry.
Commander, please, Tom whines, averting his gaze politely.
Oh, yeah. He just took his clothes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Why is that? I mean, I'm into it, but I wonder why. Okay.
It's Troy. Greek soldiers amongst each other.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense now. I am a commander of nothing, Paris.
Very good roommate.
They appear to be very good friends. I am a commander of nothing, Paris, but you command I was about to say the legs of the Trojans,
well.
The legions of the Trojans. Chakotay slides into the lavish bed next to him.
I'm going to die from embarrassment. Tom swallows around the lump in his throat.
That
or Tuvok will kill me. Either's fine.
Swallowing feels good.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Paris. The computer finally patches through a comm signal. We're getting some unusual readings from holodeck 4. Is everything all right?
Tuvok, the holodeck's on the fridge.
Oh, that was Tuvok.
You have to hard reset it and get me to sickbay. I have a spear wound.
A spear, no matter. I will have an engineering team sent to you immediately. It seems as if several systems on the ship were affected by the power surge, but someone should be nearby. Tuvok's signal cuts off with a click.
Shall you take me as your prize, dear Paris? Chakotay leans over him, their faces close and breath mixing together.
Perhaps another time. Tom tries to put Chakotay away. Oh! Chakotay must be Helen.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. The tattoo that launched 1,000 ships. Tom tries to push Chakotay away, careful of his left side, but still feeling it pull when he moves.
But I have been commanded by the goddess Aphrodite to lay with you as my husband. Her divine intervention has saved you from certain death at the hands of Menelaus. Surely I cannot spite her. Chakotay's heavy hands press Tom back into the mattress, and Chakotay moves to straddle his hips.
Oh, how close are we getting to the edge of the PG-13 sort of cliff?
We're pushing it.
Tom, we're forcing the door! He can hear B'Elanna's voice through the sealed bulkhead. But it's going to take a minute.
Hurry! Tom gasps.
Chakotay says, okay.
Capturing his own. He almost would have enjoyed it if not for the fresh gush of hot blood soaking his tunic at the movement.
Ensign, grab this and don't let go.
The door of times that I've heard that.
The door finally creaks open and B'Elanna rushes in, her engineer's kit clattering to the marble floor.
Tom? B'Elanna sounds furious.
I'll explain later. Get the doctor, Tom hisses, mustering up his strength to push Chakotay aside.
You think to betray Aphrodite's kindness so soon after she saved your life? Paris of Troy, only pray she shows you mercy. Chakotay's voice is biting as he sits on the floor.
Oh, it's Homer. B'Elanna's face softens. Computer, run power surge program B'Elanna 72. The room around them flickers out, and Tom falls to the floor of the deck as the bed disappears. Come on, I'll carry you. B'Elanna offers him a hand, and she pulls him into a fireman's carry.
Probably not the best thing to do with someone who's got to get...
No, right? Let's just yank you all around. Let's definitely make sure that your heart is lower than the wound or higher than whatever, and let's squish your body.
B'Elanna, if you ever tell Chakotay what you saw, I'll kill us both in a shuttle crash.
That's an awesome threat.
Tom winces at the pressure of her shoulder against his wound.
Yeah!
I didn't even know about the whole Helios of Troy bit. I thought this was just a battle simulation.
It was supposed to be Helen of Troy. Chakotay and Janeway happened to get an image of you in their afternoon rock... Oh, Chakotay and Janeway happened to get an image of you in their afternoon rock climbing adventure. Some glitch seemed to merge all the programs running at once.
Tell Chakotay he was Menelaus, Tom sighs. How did you get out of your program? I saw you. You're the one who gave me this wound.
I was running a routine diagnostic. The door was still open. B'Elanna chuckles. So I take it I got the honor of strangling you with your own helmet.
You could have warned me that Paris loses the battle when Chakotay was giving me the program. Tom groans as B'Elanna lays him down on the sickbay bed.
I thought a little surprise would be good for you, she says, as the doctor boots up to start suturing his wound, eyeing him with his usual judgmental suspicion. That's perfect judgmental suspicion. That's exactly how he looks.
A little surprise may have just lost me a pint of blood. Tom looks down at the wet tunic fabric. It's completely ruined.
How about I get you a pint of synth-ale to make up for it? Excellent.
Lovely story, that.
Yes, thank you, SocialPermaDeath. I wish we knew more about the various classics so we could do it better justice.
Yes, well, except I never studied Greek in my high school years, so I guess
No, but you sure did practice it. Hey.
Well.
Yeah, well, some of us did pass our oral exams. Anyway.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. We actually have some blurb to do because the chief is going to tell us something about next week.
Well, next week we're doing another episode of Star Trek. And next week's episode, Chief, is...
Strange New Worlds 207, Those Old Scientists.
Thank you. And then after that, we're coming back at you again with another story reading, which is going to be a surprise to us. But what happens in the next story in 2 weeks' time?
The story, actually, it's not entirely a surprise to it because it's Musical Alert by Ax Me About Axinomancy.
All right, I will.
This is the captain speaking. Musical alert. I repeat, musical alert. This is not a rehearsal.
Strange New Worlds, I hope.
Sounds like it, yes.
Subspace Rhapsody.
Oh, very much, probably so, yes.
Oh, looking forward to that.
All right, we're looking forward to seeing and hearing from you all, guys, and we hope you enjoyed this fine little story.
Thank you.
As with only one more thing.
The hell is this?
I'm leaving Starfleet.
Energize!
Hugs and kisses! Bye-bye!
We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode with friends Kay and Kaki, production, editing by our chief engineer Greg, and music by Fox Amore. Join us next week for Those Old Scientists, Stranger Worlds 207, followed by Musical Alert fan fiction reading. Visit joyoftrek.com/links to send us your recommendations, support us on Patreon, or to find us on Blue Sky. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to Joy of Trek, and we'll see you out there.